Everyone, and welcome to my channel. This channel is where I talk about my passion, which is crochet, and I'm surrounded by crochet as usual on my end of the couch. And what have I got to show you? Well, we'll start off with something very appropriate for the season, a nice warm scarf. Now this is an infinity scarf. I've used my own pattern, and there is a video on the channel should you wish to do it. It doesn't take long to do at all. And I made this scarf. Let me just pop it on. I can tell you the weather's changing here. You definitely need scarves. Now, I made this scarf using this new yarn from Stylecraft Horizon, and it's a chunky yarn. And this one is Plums. It's got a very soft colour change. And I used, well, let me see. First of all, how many grams? You've got 100 grams in this. It's 80% premium acrylic and 20% wool. And, excuse me, it has got 100 grams. No, sorry, it's got 200 grams, this yarn ball, and I've got the scarf and I've got this left, and I used an 8mm crochet hook, so that's what's left. There is actually a pattern on here which says a one ball project. It's knitted, and I'm more crocheter than a knitter. So that was using my own pattern, and you can check that out on the channel if you want to make it. I'm going to keep that on, you know, because we've had the windows open today, and that's why I'm a little bit throaty as well, because we had to have a new cooker, and you have to burn off the elements. So we had to do that this morning, so the windows have been open. They're closed now, but you know, it's still getting warm. So yes, it doesn't take long. The only difference was, instead of as per my pattern where I used trebles, I used half trebles, and I thought it was quite nice. So it gave a nice effect. In fact, we'll have to keep on taking it off. Actually, I don't want to get to the stage where I'm getting too hot. So anyway, I'm going to talk more about that yarn in a moment, but that was definitely a lovely yarn to use. So that was what I started and finished. So we'll pop that back up there for the moment. And the other thing, which is up here, is a project I started a while ago. It's Bag O' Days, and it's the Herringbone Stitch Poncho. So this is it so far, what I've got. And I'm using for that a yarn I hadn't used up into making this poncho, and it's a James C. Brett yarn. I do like James C. Brett. That's Masquerade, and it's a chunky again as it happens, and that's just got a shade number M. Is that a Q? Yes, MQ03. Everything I'll go in the description box below as usual. So I'm using that, and my hook is one of these basic hooks, which is fine, and that's a 7mm crochet hook. So let me just show you that again. It's quite heavy actually, and it's coming on quite nice. I'm quite happy with that. The only thing with the herringbone stitch is, if I don't do it for a few days, I forget how to do it, so I have to keep going back to Crystal's channel to check, but that's fine, and she's so good at explaining. It's just that I leave it, and it's one of these stitches I haven't 100% got into my head. So I wouldn't say started that, I'm continuing with that, because I found that in the craft room. The craft room's a mess. You don't want to see the craft room at the moment. It needs a bit of tidying up, because I hurt my back. I hadn't done much tidying up. I did have a session in there about an hour a week or so ago, but I need to get in there again. So while I was tidying, I found this, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have a go at that, and that's what happens, isn't it? So I've got it in a wool warehouse sack, as you can see. So that is the poncho, which I'm continuing with, and the infinity scarf, which I started and finished. I'm also continuing with this easy shawl from Blossom Crochet, and you can see how much further I've got from my last video. It's got a shine to it, but it only really shows up in certain lights and at night, and you can slightly see it, but probably not as good as if it was at night. It's going to be lovely, that is. I thought, you know, because it's got a shine to it, more Christmassy, festive. And for that, I am using this, believe it or not, King Colt Shine. It's called Shine. I can't remember where I got this. I've got a feeling. I said before I wasn't sure if it was from a bargain market, but I don't think it was. And this is, it's got this shine in it, so it's obviously got metallic in it. And it's, well, polyester, but it's like metallic, isn't it? And it's got acrylic, so it's acrylic and polyester, but that gives you the shine of the metallic. And I'm using a 4.5mm crochet hook. I've got all that left, and so I'll show you again. That's where it's up to if you put it in the front way. So I think I could end up probably just using that ball. Ever so good to watch. To do while you're watching. That's what I was going to say, the television, because it's one of these mindless projects. So that's by Blossom Crochet. So that's that. And continue with that. I'm doing my temperature blanket, but I don't want to be showing that every video because, I don't want to bore people, because I know not everybody's interested in it. And the other thing, just for fun, I made some little Christmas trees. Followed Bella Coco for this. I think it's, I don't know if it's an older video, but anyway, it's, and it's just Yarn Smith's yarn. I say just, but what I mean is it's what I had in my stash, I should say. Yarn Smith's yarn and a 5mm crochet hook. Just don't know why, but one's come out a little bit bigger than the other. But you could actually layer them. I was just thinking as I was holding it up. But, you can put a little tie on, put it on the tree. You could stick them on presents. I love them. I mean, there's all sorts of videos out now, isn't there, for Christmas type projects. So, like trees, snowflakes, etc. But I just like doing little things like this to, I think they're fun and festive, and I shall probably put them on the Christmas tree. So I did them. Didn't take me long. And I say I'm carrying on with my shawl. Managed to start and finish the infinity scarf. It doesn't take long. And found that poncho. Now I just want to say about the wool, the yarn that I was made the infinity scarf with. So back to this. So that's the Stylecraft Horizon Chunky. It's a new yarn. So that was in Plums, shades of Plums. It's just called Plums. And I did say, didn't I, acrylic and 20% wool, and that's a 200-gram ball. I also got it in this colour, which is Russets. Isn't that gorgeous? And you see, it was the same with the other one, with the Plums. It's a very soft colour change. It's lovely. Love that. And that's the same spec as the other one. Put that over there. And also, well, before I go any further, we went on holiday to Cornwall, to Bude. And we went into a wool shop, which I've been into a few years ago, Claire's Little Wool Shop. And I treated myself to both of those balls of yarn. But I also got this yarn. I've been wanting this one for absolute years, but I just haven't got it. And I thought I'm on holiday. So it's a Sirdar. And it's Jewelspun. This is an Aran. And I don't know if this has got a shade name or it's, yes it has, it's Northern Lights. Isn't that gorgeous? You can see the colours like this I like. You can see the purpose. I like all this sort of colourway. So I treated myself, as I said, because I was on holiday, to this ball, and then these two balls, which I used, obviously the other one to make the infinity scarf, and I've got that left. So I treated myself because I was on holiday. So that's from Claire's little wool shop in Bude in Cornwall. So yes, that's all I've got for you today. I thought I'd show you what I've been up to, and I wanted to mention about treating myself to this yarn from Claire's shop. And if you're in that area, please do pop in and see her. She's a lovely lady. She gives lots of advice if you need it, and she lets you browse on the shop in the shop. She's not she just lets you have a good experience. That's, you know, what I think, and you feel comfortable there and not stressed to, you know, be putting the ball back or yarn back in the right place. I said to her, I'll put all that back. Oh no, I'll do it. That's what I'm there for. But I made sure I put all these back on the pole for her. So if you're watching, Claire, hello, and thank you for making my experience in your shop very relaxing. So I'll love and leave you now. What are you working on? Are you working on anything wintry, Christmassy? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll say bye for now. Happy crocheting, everyone. Bye.